Hello everybody, Andy here, and today I want to talk to you about Strikeforce Justian, the old Death Guard Space Marine heroes coming back into stock in like one shop where you can buy it from. And then, because of the death of 40k, I'm also going to talk about other things I'm currently interested in too. But if you just want Kill Team, that's right at the start. If you want to hear a little bit about my interest in the new Vampire team for Blood Bowl, that's coming up at the end. And in between that, we've got sandwiched in there Warmachine, because I'm currently hyped for that. There are of course timestamps down below. If you're not fussed about any of those particular things, you can jump straight to exactly where you want to pay attention to. With that said, let's get started straight away, shall we? Because I had originally thought I'm going to sit down and tell you about Strikeforce Justian, because we are starting to see Strikeforce Justian come into stock in Canada, in the UK, and also America. People are starting to get them delivered to them. So I was just going to give you a heads up and say, hey, get to it now. I believe that in the UK they're not actually being given to you until I think the 14th of October, but you can pre-order from more than just one shop now. So that's obviously a really good sign. But then, as I was looking around to see, what are the other places you can get them from, I stumbled across the most random thing, and I know how much you care because everybody wants this team. I came across the Space Marine Heroes Death Guard set, and not just one, not like some random eBay seller, a stock of like 60 from a main UK retailer. But of course, before we get to that, I would like to say that if you're a subscriber to my channel, I'd like to give you a quick subscriber-only benefit, and that is a quick double hello. Wow, wasn't that incredibly wholesome? Don't we all love some wholesomeness in our lives? Just quickly touching upon, for those that aren't paying attention, I have a Patreon, I have a Discord, and I'm currently dislike 40k, but that had always been a thing I wanted to do, and now that it's gone to me, I want to cover other things, like Blood Bowl, like Warmachine, because I'm hyped on them. I really want to talk about them. And I don't feel like many content creators are talking about them. There are some, obviously, and some big ones. But I thought, hey, today's basically a product review of a whole load of stuff I bought for fun. So anyway, cool. Let's go. Wow. A stock of 62 of the Nurgle Space Marine heroes. Where did this come from? Why can I only find it on this one website? Darksphere. For those of you that don't know, Darksphere is a very reputable place. It used to be the place I bought from all the time. They were literally the only place FLGS I would buy from. But I have since moved on. I prefer Wayland Games in the UK if I don't care when I get it and I just want the deepest discount. Otherwise, if I want to make sure 100% I get it next day, I go to Element Games. I have affiliate links for both of those. I don't have an affiliate link for Darksphere, but again, very strangely, Darksphere is selling these, nowhere else is. Why do they have 62 of these? Why is there another 60 due in a week? I have no idea. But lads, that's 120 boxes of Space Marine Heroes 3 for retail. Get on that, genuinely. Okay, with that said, that's kind of all you need to know for Kill Team. Kill Team is done. I'm now going to be looking at Warmachine. So I've recently started picking up some Warmachine and some new stuff released just this week for the UK at least. And I want to show off my collection because they turned up, again I bought from Wayland Games. And the first thing is the Dusk House Callus battle engine that I wanted to pick up. So, I just like elves, okay? And this is that universe's version of elves. I like elves. I think I have a fun scheme picked out for these. Very cool. Here they are. Now, for those of you that don't know, the way Privateer Press is currently doing their releases is it's all 3D printed. So everything you see here is almost one piece. The big engine is actually two pieces because you see you've got that big overhang right at the front. That's a second piece. Everything else is one piece, and I've got to be honest, I love it. I really don't miss building models. You see the infantry? One piece. Yep. I'm a huge fan of not having to build models. Don't get me wrong, there's a fun in the hobby of it, but yeah. I then picked up the oh sorry, we have a nice glamour shot. There you go, hope you enjoy. I then picked up the character warjacks. Now, these are a little bit of an interesting pick from Privateer Press here. Essentially, you get a head and 2 arms, and you already have the chassis. The chassis are not included in this, but you already have them from your starter set or from whatever, or you can buy them individually, and then you just go ahead and stick on the arms, which is why these arms and heads are different shades to them. I thought, you know what? Actually, it's at impulse buy levels, so I'm more than happy to go and buy those. Cool. I think they were like £8.50 for a character warjack. I did also buy the House Dusk House Callus, I can't remember, character jack, but that, I don't know, wasn't in stock issues, I guess, so I don't have that. I just have the Signal on the left and the Kano on the right. And then I thought, how different are these really? Because I'm still debating in my head, how much do I actually have to care about, you know, like WYSIWYG? Yes, it's cool that Privateer Press has done very easy magnetization. So there are like magnet holes in both sides, and they have a little locator nodules. They've done it very well. But does it matter? Or if I'm lazy and I want a sturdier model, maybe, can I just glue the arms? So anyway, I don't know. These are two of them side by side. You be the guy that decides. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I don't know the game well enough to be prescriptive about anything. But because the core of the model is so similar, it's kind of like, does it matter? You know? And on this one, I attempted to build kind of the closest I could in like, you know, so I put the arm on the left, so the character jack is on the right, and then just a generic, are they a Corsair? No, striker on the left. Cool. And then I had also gone out and bought a bunker. Now, when I saw this bunker on the Privateer Press website, I looked at it and I said, I have absolutely zero interest in buying that. I'm never going to buy it. I think they've done a really bad job. Doesn't look interesting, doesn't fit anything, okay? However, I then bought it anyway because I'm just in some manic state where I'm buying everything, right? And I think it's really good actually. It had way more detail than I saw in their kind of on website paint job. It's a good size. I've taken a bad angle of it, but I think that's why I didn't like it when I saw it on their website, because it's a little bit difficult to take a picture of and like really show it off. But it does come into 3 pieces if you just want it to look cool. I think on the tabletop you can deploy it as either 1 structure or 2, or at least you can choose your models to be on the first floor or the ground floor or the first floor. That's the first floor and the second floor for my American viewers out there. But yeah, there you go. I thought, actually, looks really cool. So glad I bought that. I thought I was going to regret it, but I was buying a whole bunch of terrain because I have this bizarre idea of buying treasure, hence why I bought this. I managed to find off eBay I think it was like £3 cheaper than RRP, trencher blockhouse. So I picked that up because that has some trench templates. And then I also, because I'm again insane, picked up the Resurrection League and the Scenario Defenses pack because I don't know, why not? There you go, that's the gobber. I have 4 of them. I sprayed up 1. I don't think I'm ever going to need 4, so I guess at some point I am going to give out 3 to other people. Oh, this is just a random picture of my favourite warjack. He is obviously not looking good at the moment, but this was the model that started my proper interest in, maybe it's time I look how Mark IV's doing, you know? He doesn't look good now, I do understand that, because obviously he's not done. He's at a terrible stage of painting. But this model, Invictus, and his Warcaster Magnus, they are what, when you see a good paint job, not mine, really made me think, oh right, maybe I do like the aesthetic of warjacks, but this is the warjack, you know? And then I thought, okay, well, let's put him next to the character warjack so you can kind of get an idea of scale. Because, you know, whatever it's called, those are two large warjacks, but Invictus is on a big 80mm base, looks super cool, really happy with that model. A little bit dreading what happens once I start to put down the yellow, because yes, he's going to be yellow. We shall see though. This is back to the Resurrection League kit that I bought. I'm a slut for coins, absolutely love them, just totally my jam. And I just wanted to show off that Privateer Press does great coins. They're really big, they look really cool, love the designs. And then showing it off, you see, significantly larger than the 40k coin. Yeah, I just think it's a really cool coin. I like coins. I like turtles. Okay, and then we're on to Blood Bowl. So I haven't played around with Blood Bowl yet. I bought the computer game and had fun with it because I'm just learning the rules for the actual board game version, really, with Blood Bowl 3, the computer game. And it was the Vampire team being announced that made me think, okay, you know what? Well, sorry, again, in tandem with 40k being the worst game the world has ever seen, I wanted to branch out from just Kill Team now that the evolution of Kill Team into 40k is gone. So I'm looking at Blood Bowl and I'm looking at Warmachine. And so finally, Vampire team, love me some vampires, they're just cool, hence me also liking undead elves because that's essentially what a vampire is in Warmachine. So I thought, you know what? Let's go in. Let's buy in. I bought a Sevenses pitch, I bought a few teams. I think I bought the Norseman and the Khorne team, plus the starter set. But really, I don't care about those. I just bought them because I was manic. Now, the Vampire Blood Bowl team, that's what I'm here for. I bought everything, it just turned up today. And I just wanted to show off how good it looks. So this is me showing off the board, not the dice. Just look at that. Just look at the detail they put into it, the thought process. They just nailed it. Really cool. Really cool. And then a close-up of the dice. Again, super cool board. I haven't taken particularly good pictures of it. I just wanted to highlight. I just thought it was really cool that they included, you know, the shadow from the window there. Or the light from the window, one could argue, if you want to be technical about how life works. And then of course have the cards, and those are the dugouts behind it. The dugouts have two sides. One is the kind of good side, the hail side if you will. The other side is the burning side, and the cards. Say what you will about Blood Bowl, and I've got to be honest, I'm actually not like a huge fan of the aesthetic of it. Like I don't care about fantasy football. I don't think it's particularly funny, or anything like that. It's just like, it's fine. You know, I can stand it. But yeah, they have absolutely nailed the theme. It feels as I would expect it to, and it feels good, even for me, who is not particularly interested in dumb, funny fantasy football, right? And then this was just, on the off chance you haven't seen the back of the Blood Bowl pack, there you go, I guess. And that's everything I showed you. This was actually meant to be the first picture I put up, but I forgot. The only thing you haven't seen here is, of course, the Spike magazine, which I have right here. Because I wanted to say just a little bit about the Spike magazine. Oh, sorry, before we get to that, actually. I was meant to say this when I was doing it, but when you buy some of the stuff for Warmachine, like the Magnus model, you get a cool little art card, a little bit about him on the back, plus a little assembly guide. And same for the Void Engine. So what I was trying to explain is just shown there. You see the Void Engine comes in 3 pieces, which is cool. But the fact that most of it is just one piece is really cool. And then the character engines, character warjacks also come with little cards. But these aren't particularly interesting because the front is lit. It's not, here is the Great Bear, the Big Bear, here is the Corsair, as that character. It's just, these are the 3 pieces you're getting. Which in fairness, actually, if these ever ended up on retail and somebody bought it and thought they were getting the whole thing for £8 instead of £30 or whatever it is, and then they open it up and it's just these, then, okay, yeah, fair. And then a little bit about them on the back. But of course, the Privateer Press Warmachine app is free, so if you want this little blurb on the back, I'm sure that's just free in the app. So, but hey, it's something to put on the card. As it is, it's a nice business card size, so, you know, if you're ever walking around a convention, just call me. And then give them the General and Medveditsa. Anyway, let's talk about Blood Bowl, a Spike book. So I haven't bought one of these before. And so when I bought it, I just knew that I wanted all of the vampire things, right? So I was like, okay, well, this is the rules. So of course I buy this. And I'm sure it is, but as somebody that doesn't really know how Blood Bowl works, okay, fine. I'm sure there's a lot in here that I need to know, like, but I don't know what I need to know, if that makes sense. So, like, there are rules here that are like a bat ball. Is that a thing I play in match play? Is that a thing I play in the league, whatever that means? Is that a thing that's only really for the funny side games, like when you're playing Dungeon Bowl? And then all of this, I don't know. I actually have no idea, which is fine. I'm okay with it. But I just wanted to talk about the book itself. It's very thin, you know, like could cut it's paper thin, which is because it is paper, so that kind of makes sense. However, it was cheap. It was £8. It's quite nice. It's got a nice, you know, little can we no, we can't. Cool. You know, it's got a little spot gloss on the text. And yeah, not bad. Not bad at all for the price point. So I can't complain about that. It's very flimsy, it's not much, but for £8, whatever. Cool. And I think that in general, just kind of, I've had quite a bit of fun today opening up all of my Blood Bowl stuff. And it's better than I expect from Games Workshop, and I just wanted to kind of highlight that. If Games Workshop always nails the models, right? Fair enough. But sometimes they don't nail other aspects of the hobby in general. Obviously, one that people often complain about is price point, etc. Perhaps, you know, how much a magazine, a book costs. That's a very common complaint, you know, compendium, core rules, you all have to buy, etc. But this is all really nice. And actually, the Blood Bowl pitch, significantly better quality than just the standard fold-outs thing for Kill Team or for 40k or Age of Sigmar. So, yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to point out that whoever is out there designing both the product design for Blood Bowl is absolutely smashing it out of the park. So, yeah, cool. There you go. Anyway, at the end of that, I imagine that if I go and check Darksphere 6 hours after I've put this up, once everybody at LGT gets back home and can watch my video and then go and buy the Death Guard Heroes, that will be out of stock again. So perhaps, if you're watching this in the first 6 hours, go get that ASAP. I have no doubt that if you're perhaps in the US or Europe and you're dying for those, jump into my Discord and just ask somebody from the UK to buy it for you and then ship it over. You know, like it's not really that big of a deal. So cool. All right, well, thank you everybody. I hope you've had a good time watching me, and if you've made it to the end of the video, I'd like to give you a big triple hello. Wow, wasn't that incredibly wholesome? But honestly, thank you so much, because there's nothing more that you can do for a small channel like mine than just watching to the end of the video. It's really cool. And again, if you're here and just kind of it's on in the background and you're a little bit confused about what's going on, because I've been like exclusively Kill Team for like 5 years, practically, with the very odd occasional video. And when have I done this format before? Just, for me, Kill Team had always been something that was always intended to escalate to 40k. I still love Kill Team, still playing that, still really hyped for Kill Team. There's no loss of Kill Team hype in me or my channel. But now that I don't want to play 40k at all, and I've unsubbed from all the Facebook groups I was in, from all the Reddit subreddits I was in for 40k, I'm out. I'm going to start selling my armies. I'll keep my Space Marines. Might keep my Eldar. Anything I've painted significantly, like I'll keep my tower that I had commission painted. You know, I'll keep the highlights, but I'm selling off multiple armies worth of my stuff. I'm not trying to sell it to you, I was just going to go on eBay for whatever. But I'm just telling you how out I am. I am out. I am done with 40k, unless there's huge renovations and just complete redesign in 11th, right? But I'm out. But it means that I need something else to focus my mind on. And Kill Team's great. I can't wait to play more Kill Team. However, Kill Team isn't perfect, and it's a specific type of game, and there are some things about Kill Team that it actively does not do, does not try to do, does not want to do. One of those being list building. So I need to find me another game that I can play while not actually at the table playing it. Warmachine's a great one for that, especially as I don't know the rules at all, so I'm getting into it fully. You know, every time I read a new rule, I'm like, whoa, this changes everything. So that's quite fun. And of course, Blood Bowl, a little bit more of a, a very interesting, dedicated community behind Blood Bowl. The theme actually doesn't interest me that much, whereas I'm all in on the theme of Warmachine. But I'm sure there's a lot going on there. It's a different type of list building, not as extensive as Warmachine, but I assume there's fun stuff to do there. But also, again, the highlight for me really is I'm sure there is just a generic default team to be played with them, and I can just play almost like a board game. So I kind of have Kill Team. I've got a semi-board game, which I really want to get deep into with Blood Bowl, I can get into. And then I've got Warmachine, which is kind of going to take over my full-size wargaming needs. And that's it. There you go. That's what's going on here. I will continue to do coverage on these other two games as and when it's relevant. In fact, I intend all three of these games, Kill Team, Warmachine and Blood Bowl, to end up as battle reports, playthroughs, whatever, over on my other channel, Tactical Skew. So don't forget to go and check that out too. All right, thank you for watching, everybody. Stay gangster and stay hydrated. Bye.